Hey guys, welcome back to JDH Reptiles. Of course, my name is Dave, and we're going to finish up this part 2 of what equipment we use in our snake room. So grab yourself a drink and come on back and listen to what we got to talk about. ARS. Okay. This isn't going to be an ARS versus Freedom Breeder conversation because I don't have Freedom Breeder Rex. I love the look, I love the feel of the Freedom Breeder tubs. I've used the Freedom Breeder tubs for the last 2 years and absolutely love them. I do love the Rex. My problem is I'm OCD, and when I got the opportunity to buy this 5040, I bought it. It was local. It helped me. It was part of the deal with Serpentine Affliction when we took a lot of his hatchlings in because he had to move. We got a deal on these. In turn, I helped him move his animals and house them and feed them. That way he could take care of family problems or family issues and work and whatnot and move away. So, because I got ARS here, I had to do ARS here. At least for the time being. Maybe one day we'll switch over to Freedom Breeder. I don't know. I can't say for certain if we would ever do that. I love the ARS Rex. I see no reason to change it this time. So, let's talk about them. ARS 5040. Typically this is one rack and be standing on top of each other. What I do need to do is I need to change these to the flat tops, which are these pieces here. And then this wood will sit flush on top of that. It won't have a bow in it. I put the wood on top there obviously so I could put other things on top of the racks. These tubs are phenomenal. These are the 5040 tub. The dimensions on these tubs, if I remember correctly, is 26 inches front to back. It is 13 inches side to side and 5.5 inches tall. These work great for all your males and your females up to about 1,000 grams. Now don't get me wrong, until they came out with their new 55 series, which of course we have, and I'll show you that in a moment, a lot of breeders bred in these. They kept them in here until they were 2,500, 3,000 grams before they moved them to the 70 series, which I have and will show you in a moment. But now that you have that option for the 55 series, which is theoretically a Freedom Breeder 40, it's the same dimensionally, that is where I would put my 1,000 gram females up to about 2,500 to 3,000 grams. And I'll explain why here in just a second. So this here is the 5540. This is a part of it in these three here. So these three would normally be stacked on top of this, but due to my ceiling, I can't do that. Plus, I'm short. I'm only 5'7", 5'6.5". I like to have these at eye level, no higher than that. So I can. The 5540. So these tubs are 33.5 inches long front to back. Same 13 inches wide or 13.5. Same 5.5 tall. So the width and the height is the same as the 5540, but you get added 6 inches in depth. So boys, figure that out. 6 inches. Come on, that's a lot, right? Anyways, this is a female Orange Dream Yellow Belly Vanilla. She's right about 1,100 grams, and you can see just how much room she has. Plenty of room. And I'll show you some bigger girls here in a second. So right here, these 9, or I should say 12, because they're 4 wide. These are all breeder females, and I'll show you, for instance, this girl here. She's about 2,200 grams, if I remember right. I think she's 2,200 grams, and she's just coiled up, not even in a tight coil. But look at all the space she has back there, all up here in the front. I mean, plenty of room even at 2,000 grams. So I recommend these for those all the way up to, like I said, about 2,800, 3,000 grams. The 5540 is the same frame structure as the 70 series. The only difference is because the tubs are narrower, they could put a third center support in there, center slider, so you put 4 tubs across. So that's what I like about this, because I only bought 3 levels of the 70 series because I don't have that many females that are at 3,000 grams or above. So it was nice to be able to split this and run the double rack like that. So for the 70 series, this is a 2,600 gram female. Look at all the room. So these are the same 33 inches or 33.5 inches front to back. The same 5.5 inches tall, yet instead of 13 inches, these are 16 or 17 inches. I think 17 inches, so you get 4 inches more in width side to side. They hold some big girls, big ball pythons for sure. Here's another one. I think they're pairing. Yeah, so I got breeding going on right there. This is a double head G-stripe axanthic. She obviously is breeding to her son, who is a pastel G-stripe axanthic. This girl here is over 2,800 grams. And look at the amount of room she has. Just crazy. I'll show you a big one here. This girl's 3,600 grams. 3,600 grams. Look at all the room in that tub. So I know people talk about wanting to have a lot of additional space, but I'll be honest with you, if your girls aren't at 3,000 grams or really close to it, putting them in those 70s will dwarf them substantially. I like them. All these racks, all these ARS racks are phenomenal. I highly recommend them. I love dealing with Brian over at ARS. Nice stand-up guy. Definitely there to help out all of us keepers. These racks are great. They do take a little bit of time to put together, but honestly, once they're together, they're bulletproof. The heating is great. I just can't say enough about these racks. All right, and of course, probably one of the most important things, thermostats. We use Herpstat thermostats here in the snake room. So we have a Herpstat 6 that controls 2 levels or 2 different sections on this, 2 zones on here. All that is controlled by here. I still have 3 levels. Let me see. Yeah, I've got 2 levels. Sorry, I have 2 levels that are available. I say 2 because there's 2 here, 1 here, 1 there. It's 4 out of 6. This section here is not turned on right now. Once it does get turned on, we will then have 1 level left, which will probably be for this girl. When she gets into a new enclosure with a radiant heat panel, she'll get put onto that as well. For room control, we have a Herpstat HP. That probe goes up and across. It hangs right there. That reads the air temperatures and it controls this electric heater, space heater. This rack, and this rack, and that right there are being controlled off the Herpstat 4. So I have 1 probe here, 1 probe here, and 1 probe there. I have 1 probe open, 1 channel open, so probably will run this come hatchling time. But again, Herpstat 6, Herpstat HP, Herpstat 4, and the last one in here is this Herpstat 2. I have this Herpstat 2, 1 probe is doing these 2 racks, 1 probe is doing that rack. We just trust the Herpstat 2. I've sold a few of the VEs and I didn't like them. My customers liked them at first and then they failed prematurely, and it just gave me a sour taste in my mouth. I can't attest to using them because I never have, but we just really enjoy using the Herpstats. They're easy to use, easy to set up, easy to maintain. They're great. We do also have a Freedom Breeder upstairs that's on Jamie's giant Madagascar hognose PVC enclosure. And one day we'll talk about all the enclosures I got upstairs as well. But that is controlled by a Freedom Breeder FB2 or FB100 by 2 or whatever thermostat. A little bit more setup involved, but still a great thermostat. I do like them, they do well. Nice 2-channel, easy to use. Once you learn how to set it up, it's pretty easy to use. So yeah, so that's all we use as far as thermostats. Sorry guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Make sure to like, share, subscribe. Leave some comments down below. Let me know what you're using in your snake room. If you have any questions about any of these racks, go ahead and ask that as well. Again, I will leave all the links to all the suppliers here down in the description. Go ahead and give them a follow on Instagram. Check them out on Facebook. Go to their websites. And I hope this was informational for you. Hopefully this helps. And as I pull those racks out of storage for the hatchling season this year, I'll make sure to do an update on those as well. Thanks guys, stay classy, have a fantastic day, and I'll talk to you soon.